And when you come back downstairs, what do you see?
He just got his hand up or something. Like waving his hand.
He waved at you with Chris's hand. What happened next?
So he cut him every joint.
This is Kelly Cochran. Her confession is the beginning of a far more disturbing truth. She described the gruesome dismemberment of her boyfriend, Christopher Regan, the crime she claimed was orchestrated by her husband, Jason Cochran. However, years later, Kelly delivered her twisted revenge on her husband, Jason.
He didn't move much. He chokes. He was vomiting at that point.
He was vomiting while you were doing it?
Yeah. Can you imagine how it is to drown on your own foods? Probably pretty painful. And yes, it was revenge.
Kelly confessed to drugging Jason and smothering him to death. But instead of showing remorse, she tried to flirt her way out of it.
I'm fascinated with you. I trust you.
Fascinated with me for what?
You want the reasons? Kind of awkward on tape. You want to be my new roommate?
The detective leveraged Kelly's trust, pushing boundaries to secure a confession. Her case exposes the twisted mind of a ruthless woman and an insane pact that led to multiple murders.
I can't get that out of my head.
On October 14, 2014, 53-year-old Christopher Regan, a military veteran and father of two, mysteriously vanished from Iron River, Michigan. His sudden absence from work, highly uncharacteristic of him, prompted his ex-girlfriend, Terry O'Donnell, to report him missing, triggering a police investigation. Investigators discovered that Chris had been romantically involved with Kelly Cochran, a married woman. His abandoned car was later found at a park-and-ride lot, holding a critical clue, a small piece of paper with directions to Kelly Cochran's house. It wasn't long before Kelly was brought in for questioning.
So you know, before we start, you can leave anytime you want. Okay? We're not...
I came down here willingly.
Yep, willingly, voluntarily. We're not holding here. Okay?
Thank you.
Did you have an intimate relationship?
Yes, we did.
Okay. And obviously your husband knows or doesn't know about that?
He knows.
He knows.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And your husband didn't mind that this was going on, or what?
I was open with him. Chris wasn't the only one I was seeing. He had suffered with depression for a long time. He had cancer a while back. He can't do anything physical without being in a lot of pain, so it's been kind of hard.
We have to find Chris.
Okay.
And we're going to follow every lead.
When questioned, Kelly's husband, Jason, provided a different account, revealing a new layer of the case.
You were very much aware of what Kelly was doing.
It wasn't really Abby, but I know my wife's kind of been seeing people the last couple of months. Well, it was my choice on whether to divorce or try to stick it out for a little while. I either had to accept it or to let her go.
This led the investigators to suspect Kelly's husband, Jason, who may have had a jealous motive. A search of the Cochran home uncovered blood spatters on the ceiling and Jason's journal filled with cryptic entries hinting at violence. The next day, the Cochrans abruptly fled to their hometown, Hobart, Indiana, deepening suspicions. But with little solid evidence, the case went cold. That is, until nearly a year later, on February 20th, 2016, when Kelly made a shocking 911 call.
Wake County 911. His face is like blue. He's breathing barely. I don't know what's wrong. He's throwing up. He's sweating. I need an ambulance right away.
And how old is the person?
37. Just get an ambulance here right now.
Okay, stay on the line with me.
I need an ambulance here right away.
Okay, they've been dispatched.
When the authorities arrived, they found Jason Cochran dead. Kelly claimed Jason had overdosed on heroin, but the autopsy revealed a different story. He had suffocated. Then, an anonymous tip linked the Cochrans to a past crime in Michigan, reigniting the Chris Regan investigation. Hobart detective Jeremy Ogden took over the case, teaming up with Laura Frizzo to uncover Kelly's role in both murders. Their pursuit led to Kelly's capture in Kentucky in April 2016, bringing her back into the interrogation room once again.
Start from the beginning. He comes in the house. What happens? What happens? Where's Jason go?
Jason wasn't there.
He's not there at all, as far as you know.
Well, As far as I know, at that time, no, I didn't know.
Okay. What happens then?
What, like,
Okay. Then what? Okay. Then what?
Jason shot Chris.
Okay. Then what happens?
Took him, tumbled on the stairs.
Okay.
You'd ask me about his blood. Right?
Mm-hmm.
His blood was all over me.
Okay.
Jason gave me a pair of first.
Hang on a minute. Just stop. There's dialogue. There's dialogue between the two of you that's missing in this entire thing. What is said between the two of you immediately?
Called me quite a few names.
Did you scream at him?
Cried.
Then what happens?
Hit me digging through his head. Bullet. Then he thought I got out. Still in his head.
Okay. Then what?
He dragged him to the middle of the basement.
And what did you do?
Went to cook dinner for him.
What happened next?
So we cut him up. I started hearing the saw.
Well, something happens before you start hearing the saw. Did you have to get him anything? Did he ask you to bring him anything?
Extension cord.
So you were down in the basement with him, and he told you to get the extension cord.
Yeah.
And Chris is laying there dead. Did he start cutting him up before you went back upstairs? At what point do you come back down?
Maybe 20, 30 minutes.
So when you come back downstairs, what do you see?
He just cut his hand off or something. I said, I know it's stupid, but I can't get that out of my head. He was taunting me with that.
Like how?
Some of the stuff.
What do you mean by that? He was taunting you with it.
He was like waving his hand.
He waved at you with Chris's hand. Did he say anything? What did he say?
Bye-bye. I went back upstairs.
Kelly detailed the gruesome mutilation of Chris's body, even claiming that Jason taunted her while he did it. But with Jason dead, his version of the truth died with him. One thing became clear, that Kelly may have killed Jason to get revenge for Chris, but her true nature was soon revealed.
Pops 2 pills.
Then what?
He had me go grab the bags. He had called me down to get bags for him. At that point, he had almost cut up
So describe it. What do you see?
every joint. He cut.
Okay.
So he put them in bags. Oh,
Okay. And what?
double bags.
What else?
There's so much blood on that place. He wanted me to help him with bags.
There are some things that you've done in this whole deal that you did in an event to help him. Okay? That you helped him to not leave evidence, okay? Or to clean up evidence. You told me that you were afraid that he would kill you, and that that's why you did what he asked you to do, okay? Then what? What time is it now about?
Between 12 and 2.
Okay. Then what? What happens next?
He loaded the bags. We were on Ice Lake Road. We didn't turn off on Mr. Cheese. We got to the hospital.
Okay. And then you believe that you pick the exact spot in the dark that he goes out there and carries Chris Reagan's remains out there.
Yeah.
So you're saying that Chris Reagan's on Patoga Trail in the general area.
County Road 639.
He carries the bags in the woods by himself. You don't? Is that what you're telling me? Mm-hmm. Okay. And in what way, shape, or form? Buried? Okay. So you believe that you have the ability to take me to an exact spot where a body is buried. Is that what you're telling me? You know, you sit back here and you say that you're the victim in all this, but yet you've misled the investigation. You tried to, as much as possible, with bits and pieces of truth here and there.
You know what?
Why?
I feel guilty.
Okay, what do you feel guilty for?
I didn't have a relationship with him.
So, this is what I'm going to say. We're going to end on this note today. Okay? One of these days you'll tell me the truth about everything. But for today, we will end with this. We're going to do a polygraph about Chris Reagan on Saturday. Between now and Saturday, you can show me a location. We get through the polygraph on Saturday. Then on Monday, we'll head back to Iron River. We'll go 2 days. You spend the night in a hotel there, and I'll bring you back. We go get Chris. We take him home.
Kelly recounts the details of Chris's murder and the disposal of his body, all while insisting that she acted out of fear and maintaining her claim of innocence. She then led detectives directly to Chris's remains, ultimately exposing the horrifying truth.
She's saying everything was here. The skulls, the torso.
She's saying she dumped the whole body here in different bags?
Yep, the whole bag, all the bags were dumped here. What would the biggest piece of bone be that torso, and that was here? So then we should find ribs, and I think that generally...
The skull should be the biggest, though.
Detectives finally found closure for Chris, but Jeremy Ogden, determined to uncover the truth about Jason's death, interrogates Kelly again. However, this time, she's ready to expose her true self.
I don't want you to sit in this room with me and embellish. I want you to be truthful with me, okay? Can we do that?
Sure can.
Can you and I have a good conversation? Can this not be a game? And I don't mean that to start this off with you being unhappy with me because I use the word game because you hate it when I say that.
No more cheating.
What is it with me? The truth.
What do you mean?
What is it with me?
What do you mean though?
What is it with me? Why did you choose to continue to talk to me? Did you think I was weak?
No.
Did you think I was vulnerable?
The vulnerability you can see in your eyes, but that's not why.
So then why?
Some people fascinate me.
Why do I fascinate you?
Because I think I know you a little bit.
How?
I don't put myself with anybody that I haven't looked into or that I don't know at least a little bit about.
Okay, so can you explain to me then?
You fascinate me.
No, not a good answer.
But you do.
Okay, but why? What has happened to me or my life that fascinates you?
You can see it in your eyes.
What about it?
You have the same look in your eyes that I feel like I've seen in my eyes, but I don't feel it. You feel.
And what's that?
Sadness.
4. You know you got me because I just choked myself almost.
No.
So go ahead.
No, just you see it though. I see it in your eyes.
Okay, but there's something else to all this. You said you researched me. So what made you... Why me?
I knew you were smart.
How?
I know your work.
What work?
The work you do.
Okay. What do you know about the work I do?
Enough to know that that's who you are. I mean, you do your job well. But in your eyes, the first time I even seen you at his folks' house, you had You had glasses on, but when I first seen your eyes.
Glasses?
You didn't have glasses?
No,
I
don't wear glasses.
That was your partner. Chris. I don't like his name.
All right. Let's talk.
Now that you psychoanalyze me.
I haven't psychoanalyzed you. You know that I'm not trained in anything like that.
You're trained in people, though.
I am trained in people.
You could probably do a better job than most doctors.
I don't know about that.
I'll tell you what medicines to write.
You want to be my partner now?
I don't do well with partners.
Yeah, I know that.
Detective Jeremy Ogden had one last trick up his sleeve. He set an elaborate trap by enlisting a friend of Jason's to call Kelly with a fabricated story. The friend claimed he had received a letter from Jason with instructions to send it to the police if anything ever happened to him. Upon hearing this, Kelly cried out, pleading, "Please don't mail it."
I mean, Chris Reagan was a normal, everyday guy who liked to have sex and, you know, fool around and liked to eat well and, you know, just wanted to live his life. The rest of it. And you admired him for what he was, I think. I don't know that, though, because I don't know what you can and can't do. But I know that there's something for you with him because I've seen it in your face a lot. And Chris is completely different than Jason. Completely.
That bothers me.
Well, I don't know why, because given the nature of your relationship with Jason, I don't know why that would bother you, because there's really nothing you could do. It's the dynamic of it. You pushed it in that direction a lot with you and him. It's obvious. It was part of your manipulation thing. That's what you do.
I didn't make Jason who he was, though.
No, I didn't say you made him who he was. You did everything to keep him in place, though.
He was careless.
Control. That's your specialty.
I have other specialties.
Yeah? Like what? Well, things that you use to control? Yes, I give you that.
No.
And some people are affected by it and some aren't.
Just not enough effort.
Well, maybe not enough effort or not a willingness. You know.
He shouldn't bother me.
Hmm.
He haunts me.
Who?
Chris.
Well, you did something that you shouldn't have done.
Should have looked away.
Hmm.
Should have never even talked to him. I see him every day.
Yeah.
I shouldn't.
Well, the most important thing about all of that is that at some point, and I don't know how it works for you, you should realize that you've done what you should have done a long time ago. But you did it. And that's all that's important now.
To me, that's not acceptable.
It's not acceptable to me what you've done, okay? You have some belief that things are about to change for you. So how is that?
I will not spend my life in prison.
Okay?
I'm just telling you that.
Okay.
What I have to do to not spend my life in prison, I will do whatever I need to.
Detective Jeremy Ogden knew Jason hadn't killed Chris alone. Kelly was involved. Despite her claims of sympathy for Chris, his plan to leave town with his girlfriend, Terry, may have been motive enough. If Kelly couldn't have him, she made sure no one else would.
There's a lot of people that don't. There's a lot of people that got to know a different part of me. Right?
Because what? Because you chose to show them a side of you that made you seem vulnerable, made you seem like this young little lady who decided to move up into the UP and was just trying to get along?
You don't think that's possible?
Come on now.
I'm just asking.
Come on.
But you asked me a question.
Yeah, so give me the answer. You think that you can make people believe? That's what this is? You think you can make people believe, sell yourself to them because you have a way to do it?
Yes.
How? How on earth could you? I have 50 shades of Kelly.
Yes, you do.
Why?
You can have all Jason's.
Okay.
You know all of those.
Okay.
There's a bag and a composition book. You can have that.
Where's it at?
Lake Ottawa. It'd be my attic. And you probably have it now. The composition book. That's why I was kind of thrown off when you said attic. I didn't know they packed all my stuff, put it in the attic.
Attic.
You said you got stuff that
Yes.
you were reading from the attic, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It was in the top of my closet. I thought you were going to leave my parents' house alone.
So what is it? What is the book?
Composition book. His book.
What's in it?
Everything.
Okay. Like?
Every fine detail.
Talk to me.
As far as how many?
Yeah.
The same amount that I put on that sheet of paper the first time I gave you.
How many was that?
Total, for sure? For sure?
Yeah.
That I know of 11. No bull.
Okay. And where are they?
All over. Indiana. Indiana alone.
And how do you know that he's responsible for 11 in Indiana?
I know.
How?
Well, I couldn't have been there because I'd be guilty.
Okay. I'm not going to do this with you.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it. I mean,
Okay.
you're going to sit here. You're going to... I don't even understand this, Kelly. You sit here and you talk to me about who you are, right? Who you are. What your makeup is. And you think that you can try to change that now with me by saying 0?
But you know I trust you. I don't trust anybody else, and that's that I trust a cop. You know that, right? You know how twisted that is for somebody like me? The only person in the world I trust is a cop. Detective, not a cop.
Kelly claimed that Jason had murdered 11 people, painting herself as innocent. But this was only the beginning of her ruthless account of her late husband.
From the time he shot Chris, I wanted him dead. He took the only good thing I had in my life. I don't know why I waited so long. I hated him. I still hate him. And yes, it was revenge. When it came down to it, I didn't know if I could take him. He was different. You know that, right? Me and Jason were different.
Yes.
We had a relationship, right?
Yeah.
One would say.
Yes.
I just figured it was a life for a life. If I could have taken him October 14th, I would have. But at that point, I didn't have that same chance as I did in February. The heroin was... He did say he wanted to live more. Live a little bit, because I always got to go out and party and have fun. So I made sure he got to live a little bit. before he died.
So what'd you do?
I didn't force him to sniff it. He sniffed it on his own.
Hmm.
I shot mine. I sniffed a line too, I think. I did take quite a few pills too, but that's just another day, right? For the most part. After we'd run a couple errands and come back, we were both pretty up. But he was beyond up. I think you can imagine, especially somebody who doesn't do that stuff. He was having a hard time breathing. I think it was getting to him. Now you had thought that I had given him more heroin. I didn't need to. That stuff was so raw. I hadn't had heroin that strong in a long time. So I didn't need to give him any more. He was up enough. He started getting sick. I did hold his nose. I didn't hold his neck. I held his mouth though. The look on his face was confusion, fear. More confusion than anything.
Did he do anything?
He didn't move much. He choked. He was vomiting at that point.
He was vomiting while you were doing it.
Yeah. Can you imagine how it is to drown on your own fluids? Probably pretty painful. Didn't take long.
Kelly asserted that her motive was revenge, killing Jason for taking Chris's life. She painted herself as a victim of her husband's cruelty, seeking justice for Chris. But detectives suspected this was just a convenient story to distance herself from Chris's murder.
Did you really only decide that day to kill him?
Yeah,
I mean, there was like a fit decision that day, I'm going to do it? Or was it a week you'd been thinking about it, but just trying to figure out when?
I thought about it every day since October 14th.
I know, but I mean, to sit down and...
It was that day, that morning.
But I mean, so since October 14th, you thought about heroin and doing it that way?
No, I thought of every way.
Every way to kill him.
Every way. What would be the most painful way? You know, one of the most painful ways? Drowning. Suffocating.
So what happened to him? He's looking at you during this, right?
Yeah.
What did he do? Did he grab you?
No.
Could he not?
I don't think he could. His hands weren't held down, but I don't think he could. Or maybe he just...
So where were you sitting on his chest?
I was sitting... He was... Do you remember I told you he was on the bed?
Yes.
He was on the bed like that.
Yes.
I was kind of like on his lap. Yeah, on his lap. On his stomach, I guess, a little bit too. But I wasn't holding his hands. I gave him a chance.
He didn't even grab you.
No.
He couldn't grab you because of the amount of heroin.
I don't think, yeah. I think the amount of heroin. He was...
You're telling me you never stuck a needle in him?
No.
He has 3 times the lethal dose of heroin in his body.
Could you imagine what I had in mine?
He has 3 times the lethal dose. And yet, he's still alive. He was still living in order for you to be able to do what you did.
Right.
Did you think that maybe the heroin would just kill him?
No.
No?
She laughed. She said I should stay away from guys. They'll end up dropping dead or end up in a psych ward.
Yeah. Maybe true. You never know.
It is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I try not to date much.
Yeah.
He deserved it. He hurt a lot of people. Jason did. I'll never feel bad for that.
Kelly wanted Jason to suffer, but was her boyfriend's murder the true reason for his gruesome death, or was there a deeper, darker motive at play?
How many are you actually responsible for?
Do we have to do it all right now?
We're not going to do it all right now. I'm asking you one question. They're going to come, I hope. We'll walk in the Sallyport.
I never lied about the number.
What number?
The number I gave you.
What number?
21. That's Jason's right there.
So Jason has 21 on his own. Or Jason has 11 on his own.
11.
And you're telling me you've killed 21 people.
Jason being one, Chris no. I didn't kill Chris.
I get that.
I don't count him.
Okay. I know you don't count him, and you don't count him for what reason? Because you don't count him because you didn't actually pull the trigger?
Right.
Okay. You do understand when it comes to Chris that the actions that you take make you just as culpable. Correct?
Why were you so certain that I killed Jason before you knew me?
I was at his autopsy.
That's why?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious.
I went to his autopsy. I knew that he was murdered when I came to the house.
Why so long for results? Or that was just...
I delayed things. I had to. You weren't cooperating.
I don't cooperate very good.
You're very smart. You have no idea how smart you are.
Wasted potential. I guess telling Laura, I mean, I don't know how many times he joked about slicing and dicing with every one of his family members. And it's like, if they only knew. And it's like, I think they did.
What did he do?
He enjoyed cutting people up. He enjoyed that. I really thought he was gonna do the same thing to Chris. That scared me.
What do you mean? Do the same thing?
I know that Jason killed Chris to hurt me. If he had killed Chris to hurt Chris, he would have tortured him. He would have. I know. Because that's what he enjoyed. That's what he smiled at. That might have been his happiness. If that makes sense. But he did it to hurt me. So I think the way he went about it, I think that was the only way that he knew that I wouldn't have killed him right then. I don't know. But you had said that when I told you he's shot in the head and he died instantly, you had said that the heart still goes, and I know human anatomy, I know the human body, and I know, but he died instantly.
Yeah.
He did. Had it been another way, I think there would have been 2 bodies you guys would be looking for.
Kelly alleged that there were 21 bodies tied to the Cochrans. While she certainly fit the profile of a serial killer, detectives questioned whether this was the truth or a calculated move to bargain for immunity by offering the locations of potential victims.
How many women did Jason kill?
4.
And in what capacity?
Usually some form of torture.
Okay, but how would he hook up with them?
Not by me hooking him up. Not by.
I didn't say that.
No, I know, but
how?
He ran into people, but he was the shy, bashful Jason with some people. Some people might know him like that.
Were they white or black?
White.
All white?
As far as I know, yeah.
Was there ever a time he kills a black person?
No. The only one I have a doubt would be the first one, but that was before us. And that was supposed to be a guy.
But you don't know nothing about it.
That one I don't know. That was when he was still in school.
Okay.
That was high school. He didn't really share too many details with me on that for some reason.
How many people have you killed?
We're doing this again.
Well, I mean, it's written right there, you know.
Okay. It's on your notebook.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Okay. What was the age you killed your first person?
The one I told you to look into from New Beginnings. And you had questioned, and I'm not recording or anything like that, but you had asked about the year. I know how old I was, but there was follow-up therapy. I did on the follow-up therapy and actually went to a different high school at that time too. They have record of what I did.
Okay, well, what did you do?
What do you mean?
The first time. How does it begin?
Manipulation, if you can believe that.
And then what?
Build trust. This was, the first one was 7 months, 6 months. I was learning who I was.
Okay.
You know, this is hard for me.
I know.
You don't know.
Yeah, I do. I do.
I don't want to be a science project, okay?
I'm not trying to make you one. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make you one.
I legitimately, the first time, went in for help because I knew I've had these feelings all my life. Legitimately tried to get help. I did put myself there by saying untrue things, like my parents beat me. My parents didn't beat my ass, no.
Yeah.
Kelly painted Jason as the quiet, reserved type around strangers, but behind closed doors, he was something far more sinister. As she began to reveal her own dark secrets, an even more disturbing confession was waiting just beneath the surface.
I used love and manipulation for the first one.
And who? Who is it?
I gave you his name. Gary. Cochran. The psychiatrist I was seeing, I had told him.
Hang on. Gary. How old was Gary?
At that time,
Yeah.
24.
Where did you kill Gary?
It wasn't at my house.
Where?
Do you want all the details?
Well, I mean, we got several days to do this, but I mean, if we're talking about this one specifically, let's talk about it. Where is Gary?
He and a few others won't be found.
What'd you do to him?
Same as what I did to most of them.
Yeah.
I enjoy using a knife. No poison.
Okay. Where'd you stab him?
In the neck. Like,
Please.
I don't know where you live.
You're lying.
No, I don't know where you live.
Okay.
I wasn't
Alright.
stalking you.
I didn't say you were stalking me. Never in a million years. And I would never charge you with stalking me or anything.
But you're
like
the
that.
type I would stalk.
Thanks. That's
Yeah.
nice. What's that mean?
I'm fascinated with you. I trust you.
Fascinated with me for what?
You want the reasons? It's kind of awkward on tape.
I don't care.
No, because I might be embarrassed.
Okay.
Like I said, I trust you. That's big.
Where's my house?
I really don't know.
You're lying.
I have an idea.
You're lying.
No, I really do.
Oh my God, you're such a liar.
You'd be 2 streets down from Theodora Badatistos. She lives on Spring.
Whatever. Okay. Nice try.
Nice try what?
Nice try.
I didn't want to hit on you. We have a lot of
You're
stuff
just
to talk
sitting
about.
here. You're just sitting here lying to me.
About your address?
Yes.
I don't know your address.
You're lying.
Seriously.
You're lying.
I give you my word.
You're lying. Totally lying.
My only thought of where you live.
You don't think I saw you?
You know how much time I drove around Hobart?
You know how many times I saw you?
No. No. I have no clue. What do you want me to say?
If you're gonna sit here and you're gonna keep saying that you don't know, I'm just gonna move on because it's stupid. Because number one, you're not dumb, and you said it best. You do your research.
Maybe I am dumb.
So no, you aren't.
I wish I was. I'd be
Give
happy.
me a break.
If I was dumb, I'd be happy.
Oh yeah, I know. You already told me this.
I would.
Instead of showing remorse, Kelly took a disturbing turn. She started flirting with the detective during her confession. As she spoke about the murders, her demeanor remained unnervingly calm, even playful. She seemed more interested in manipulating the situation than acknowledging the gravity of her crimes, offering sly smiles and coy remarks. It was as if she viewed the entire interrogation as another game, rather than the serious confrontation it truly was.
You want to be my new roommate?
No. Can't.
No?
No.
Why not?
They don't allow that.
Can't blame me for asking.
Although the interrogation with Kelly had concluded, the unsettling truths about the Cochrans kept unfolding. Neighbors soon stepped forward with a chilling revelation.
Never requested us before and any time after that. I mean, the amount of meat, like, there's like $150, $200 worth of meat just alone. When we found out the guy was gone, we were always wondering about that. What if they were that kind of people and actually did kill a guy and then butchered him up and had us over for dinner? I believe we ate him.
It was like a transparent kind of like meat, like a lobster or shrimp, and it had the texture of it, like the soft firmness of it. It was like something I never had. Like, oh God, like no.
The neighbors shared a chilling account that offered a disturbing glimpse into the Cochrans' twisted world, but it was only the beginning. Then came another shocking revelation. A twisted pact that became the driving force behind Chris's murder.
So you told the detective also that you had a pact made when married to kill lovers, right?
I told him that, yes.
And I think that you testified that that actually was an agreement, but you were joking around at the time. Is that accurate?
No, not actually. I said a pact is an agreement. There was never any agreement, but this was said on our wedding night.
Well, why don't you tell us exactly what was said on your wedding night?
He said that if I had ever cheated on him, or vice versa, that the other one, that you would have to kill your significant other, and if you didn't, then the other would have to do it.
So that actually was discussed?
He had said it.
And what did you say?
I blew it off. I didn't think it was anything to take seriously.
Okay, so you didn't take that seriously, but yet you told the detective that when you're under investigation for a murder?
Yes.
That was a big joke to you?
None of this is a joke.
So you lied to the detective. Was it a big joke when you lied to the detective about this?
No.
Now, wouldn't you agree it's easy to blame Jason Cochran because he isn't here to defend himself?
I don't think that's true.
No, you don't think it's convenient he's not here to defend himself? Well, why not blame him? I mean, he was going to take the blame for it all anyway, right?
He was never going to take the blame for it.
Kelly's reign of terror had come to an end. Now it was time for her to answer for her crimes. Kelly was charged with first-degree murder in the death of Christopher Regan. In court, her defense argued that Jason had acted alone, driven by jealousy. Kelly took the stand, portraying herself as an abused wife forced into silence. However, prosecutors pointed to her shifting stories and manipulative behavior. After 3 hours of deliberation, the jury found Kelly guilty. In 2017, she was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole for Regan's murder in Michigan. The following year, on May 16, 2018, in Indiana, Kelly pleaded guilty to the murder of her husband, Jason, and was handed an additional 65-year sentence. Kelly Cochran's story is one of betrayal, murder, and deception, but the extent of her darkness remains a mystery. Was she truly uninvolved in Chris's murder, or did she manipulate Jason into becoming her accomplice? Please share your thoughts on this case in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more such content.